Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi, and let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have, I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies. Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
Our nation's second president, John Adams, always slept on the left side of the bed. He believed this would increase his chances of having positive dreams and a more successful next day. That's why every mattress we sell here at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress includes a left side.
And for those that prefer waking up on the right side of the bed, our mattresses come with one of those too.
This President's Day, you can save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic sets. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Welcome to TJ's podcast.
Well, hello, Fanaticos, and welcome to the show. This is the show where we talk about anything and everything. There is no subject that is off limits. Wherever it goes, and then we deal with it. The only rule is it has to be interesting to me so I can make it interesting to you. If it's not interesting to me, then it won't be interesting to you. So, here we go. We got the Gram Slam for today, and that is where we go around the social medias and find things that we present to you as either being stupid or cool. That's pretty much how life is, right? In two different categories. Life is either stupid or cool, right? Love that. Okay. Here is the dilemma that I face a lot. I hear and watch these things on social media, and I think so many of them, especially things that just take off, that become virile, as they say, I look at them so cynically. I think that everything is fake, pretty much. We live in a culture now where a lot of things are fake. Look at these AI and these chat boxes and all that stuff. My daughter has a friend that has gotten to where before she will return a text message to someone, she uses chat, GPT, GXB, whatever it is, to create text messages that she's supposed to be speaking from her. It's an AI program speaking for her. So when I hear these stories about things that, that go from being on the TikTok to then being featured in, like, for this would be the New York Post. I think I see a certain, some signs to show that it's probably not real. It's staged. And a lot of that comes from my my keen sense of observation and being an amateur detective and FBI profiler. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to read at this story. I'm going to read at it to you. And then you listen to the details of it, and then you decide whether you think it's fake or not. Okay? We'll call this fake or not as a game. Old man glasses are in place, ready to read at it. In a TikTok video that sounds like the unhinged plot of a reality show, a dad influencer, a dad influencer has shared how his mum, so they said mum, so we got to figure that this is coming from England or somewhere over there. Instead of mom, this is mum. Has shared how his mum allegedly ruined he and his wife's gender reveal. Okay. I didn't know people were still doing sex reveal parties. I haven't seen anything about that in a while. So I didn't know that was a thing, to have the sex reveal party, but evidently it is. So they had it. Candace and Wesley, and if it's in England, you got to assume that they pronounce it Wesley with a D. Candace and Wesley are influencers known for their candid vlogs about family life, including their adventures with twins and the anticipation of their new arrival. A baby's coming, y'all. A baby's coming. That's why they're having a sex reveal party. Okay? They recently planned a gender reveal party that cost a hefty $9,000, and Wesley was excited to finally afford a lavish event like this. The drama started about a week prior to the event. Wesley explained in the TikTok video when a text conversation between Candace and her mother-in-law, Michelle, about the party turned sour. Okay, so it's Wesley's mom was in a text conversation about the party, and it got sour. Okay, which is odd because, mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law never have sour conversations or thoughts about each other. On we go. Michelle offered to help with the event. So you got Wesley's mama said, I want to help with the event. But Candace politely declined, as she was organizing it with her sisters and mom, who live out of state but wanted to be involved. Okay, so I'm sorry, let's say this is real for the sake of argument. If we're having a party, not that my wife and I would have ever, even if they existed back then, that we would have ever had a sex reveal party for one of our babies. But let's say we are. So it's a party that we're having around the birth of our baby. And my mama said, Jody, I want to help with the party. And Jody said, no, that's okay, because my sister and my mama are going to help me. I don't want your help because my family's going to help me. Then I would think that that's a little out of line. I would say, Jody, what is wrong with you? It's just as much my mom's grandchild coming as it is your mom, right? And that would probably go over like a fart in a diving helmet, but still, I'd say it. Okay, here we go. Michelle offered to help with the event, but Candace politely declined as she was organizing it with her mom and sisters who live out of state but wanted to be involved. As a consolation for Michelle, that's Wesley's mom, who was clearly offended, Candace said, "But we might need help setting up the day of if you can get there around 2:30, end quote. Okay, now, ladies, put yourself in his mom's position. You're not good enough to help with the planning and the organization of this event that is in celebration of your unborn grandchild. However, if you're insistent upon doing something, you can come do the manual labor by getting things set up and taken down and cleaned up." How's that going over with you? So far, I'm on Michelle's side with this. Michelle bluntly responded, though, "Am I getting paid?" Ooh. Confused, Candace asked her mother-in-law why she thought she'd be getting paid for helping out, especially since she offered to help. Mother-in-law's response, quote, "Because I'm not your effing maid," end quote. I'm still on Michelle's side here. Offered to help with planning, organizing, and everything, and then you just say, "Nope, my mom's handling the important stuff. You can clean up afterwards, and you do the manual labor and all that." So Michelle is saying, "Hey, if I'm going to be doing the manual labor stuff, then I ought to be getting paid by the hour. That's not what I'm asking you about helping with. You're gonna just dismiss me like I'm just some kind of hand out here." Oh, but then Candace burst into tears and ran into the room where Wesley was to show him the texts. There is a this is Wesley talking now. There is a grand total of 0 people that is ever going to cuss out my wife. Again, we're assuming this is real, just for fun. Is saying, "Because I'm not your effing maid," is that cussing out your wife? If in 2024 of our Lord, that's cussing out somebody, well, then you don't know what cussing out somebody really is. Can you, using profanity is not cussing somebody out. Cussing somebody out is going, "You blankety blankety blank bleep bleep. I will bleep bleep your bleep. Don't you ever bleeping come at me, you bleeping bleeping bleep 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 bleep." That's cussing somebody out. Just using it, the F word as an adjective is not cussing somebody out. Get a grip. Candace and Wesley. Okay. Why people always bugging me in my studio here? Bzz, bzz. Stop it. See, but I have to leave it on and check it because my wife's always in the streets running errands and stuff, and I have to make sure. That it's not her trying to get me in an emergency or something. And it's not important. I'll tend to that later. I'm dealing with this drama. They don't realize the kind of drama I'm dealing with here with Candace, Wesley, and Michelle. Damn. All right. But hey, I'm working from home. This, you're in the house with me. This is what we get. Okay. Where was I? Okay, this dramatic statement. There is a grand total of 0 people that is ever going to cuss out my wife. Now, that's a good rule to have when your wife has actually been cussed out. I'm with you if she's actually been cussed out. And if it's not your mama responding to her after she's insulted your mama. Okay. He then made a 10-second phone call to his mom, telling her to never speak to his wife like that again, and uninvited her from the sex reveal party. He then hung up and blocked her number. But the story didn't end there. Oh no. The countdown began. As the party approached, Michelle's attempts to make amends and secure an invitation to the day were denied by the couple, who remained firm in their decision. Okay. So mama is trying to say, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Please don't shut me out. This is my grandchild. This is a party with my family. My other grandchildren are going to be there. Don't do this to me. I'm sorry. They said, nope, none of it. We're having none of it. We'll teach you to get offended when we ask you to be the maid after my mom and sisters are going to get all the high praise work done, all of the important things taken care of. You just keep your mouth shut and get rid of these dishes when we tell you to. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Here's what they said. We appreciate your apologies, but you crossed a line and you're not coming. Wesley told his mama that. Cut to the big day, and Michelle made a last-ditch attempt to get back into their good books. But Wesley told her, quote, I'm not going to feel bad because you talked to my wife in a way you shouldn't have. Mama, I'm not going to feel bad, Mama. What a wuss. Now you're supposed to, stand up for your wife. I get it. But he's a wuss. I mean, what his mama did wasn't that bad. I've seen mamas do a lot worse, trust me. Woman's apologizing and he's like, F you, Mom. Hey, F you, Mom. You don't talk to my girl that way. And he looks like a dweeb too. Wait, why am I getting into this? I don't think it's real. See, you get sucked in. Cut to the big day. Last ditch attempt to get back in their good books. I'm not going to feel bad for you because you talked to my wife in a way you shouldn't have. Okay. This is what Mama said. Okay. I have no choice then. What does that mean? Everything was going well during the party, and the couple enjoyed themselves with family and friends. Yeah, important family that got real prestigious positions with planning the event, while poor Michelle was told to go over there and clean up vomit on her hands and knees. Said she was no better than that. Around 30 minutes before the actual reveal part of the day. Okay, now they're about to tell the sex of their unborn baby. Counting down. It's almost that time. Oh my God, I'm on the edge of my seat. Candace had a change of heart. Oh, well, isn't she just some sweet darling now? Huh? So she had a change of heart, asked Wesley to invite his mama. 30 minutes before they're going to either put a puff of blue smoke or pink smoke in the air. Okay, it's been long enough. Your mama has learned her lesson not to step at me and pretend like she's as important as my family is. Go call her. Tell her she can come, but she better hurry. 30 minutes and counting. So the mama said, okay, I'll be there. But as they approached the countdown, she still hadn't arrived. Ooh, Michelle is playing games. Not wanting to wait any longer, the couple started their 60-second countdown. Okay. It's so important that they have this right. I mean, it's not like they're launching the shuttle and they have to make a certain window where the weather is just right. How about saying, all right, wait, let's wait 5 minutes because Mama will be here in a minute. We just gave her last second notice, so give her time to get here. No, it's got to happen. Hey, start the 60-second countdown. We are not effing around with Mama. So the couple started their 60-second countdown before they would unload the confetti cannon. But at second 13, quote, I'll never forget second 13. Probably be better said to go, I'll never forget the 13th second. The fire alarm goes off. The venue was plunged into darkness and the sprinkler system wet everyone in its tracks. Guests scrambled outside and waited for the fire department to arrive. Meanwhile, Mama Michelle was found sitting outside, nonchalantly smoking a cigarette amongst the chaos. It's a reality TV episode, I'm telling you. Immediately, the couple approached her for answers, and she denied any involvement. So Wesley's now asking his followers, do they think it was his mom or an unfortunate coincidence? You got to think this is fake, right? He's going to go through this whole big-ass story, and he presents it to his followers. Do you think my mom did this? And anybody with a brain in their damn head would go, we don't know your mom. How the hell should we know? You were there. How we're going to go by your story here and be able to oh yeah. What a conundrum. Oh. And then of course people did act like they knew. Cut her off. She can enjoy grandkids in pictures. One person wrote, she absolutely did it, and I commend you hugely for how you take care of your wife and her. Okay, let me start over with that one. She absolutely did it, and I commend you hugely for how you take care of your wife and her mental health. Good for you. She had no right to do that to Candace. I'm proud of you. However, a few followers thought they should have invited the mum after she apologized. Yeah, you think? My thing is, if she apologized and you guys accepted the apology, you're being petty at that point for holding that grudge and dangling the reveal in her face. I don't know how people can really respond to this like it's real. I mean, you can't put yourself in this position and go, okay, nobody I know in a dispute with their mom and mother-in-law would handle it this way. The mom would not say, I'm not invited, so I'm going to go pull the fire alarm. Why was nobody who worked at the facility watching the lobby and the fire alarm and stuff like that? And then why would he go to these strangers that follow him on TikTok and say, do you think my mom did it? It's just it's ridiculous. But people fall for stuff all the time that's fake. You know, if you're listening to a morning radio show or, maybe even an afternoon radio show or something, but it's a personality driven show as opposed to a music driven show. And you hear them do these. I mean, they do them all over the country, and they've been doing them for years and years. Where they'll say, okay, Lucy has contacted us and she thinks that her man, they usually say man, her man is cheating. And she wants us to find out if he is. So what we're going to do, we're going to play War of the Roses. And we're going to call her man and have him on the radio, and he won't know it. And we'll pretend to be people from the flower shop or whatever, and we'll say, you won a huge bouquet, a $200 bouquet of flowers. Is there anybody special you would like for those to be sent to? And if he says the name of another woman, then you caught him cheating. We busted him on air. If he says your name, then you know you're in the clear, and then we'll reveal who we are, and he'll be so glad, and y'all have a good laugh about it, and blah, blah, blah. And people really listen to that religiously and think that it's real. I've never understood that, how people don't know. Okay, but well, how do you know it's fake? Well, I'm a radio legend. You know that. I'm considered a radio expert. Ace and I know I'm telling you this all the time now because I think it has to be said. Ace and I are considered in the upper echelon of morning radio shows ever in American history. So I know these things are fake. I've had the company that makes these try to get us to use them on our show, and we wouldn't do it. People think people know that's fake. Listen to this. Program directors at radio stations, those are the ones who are the immediate boss of what you hear on the air. Supposed to be. It's a lot of corporate stuff now in the radio world, and orders get handed down from corporate offices in New York and LA and wherever else, and it tells all the radio stations you're going to play this and you're going to run this promotion and this and this and this. But it used to be where the program director would just say, yes, I'm making this decision. We're going to play this song. The morning show is going to do this promotion and so forth. So they would always, program directors at various stations we were at, where we were, basically carrying the radio station in ratings, like on our backs. Morning show is what drives the rest of the station, and we would drive it well. And these program directors would come and go, hey, focus groups and research are showing that these War of the Roses type bits are really, really working, and audiences are really, doing appointment listening now, making sure that they hear it. And you go, that's just not us. That's not our style. We don't fake things like that. We don't, that's not a. And instead of looking at it like, oh well, I guess they are winning, doing whatever they do. They would say, you sure? I could show you the research. We don't need to see the research. It doesn't fit our personalities. And then as soon as we leave the radio station, whether it's because, our contract ran out and they didn't renew it or whatever, we never have been fired though. But as soon as we leave, guess what they do? Sign up for that service immediately. Next morning show that comes in, the first day they're doing War of the Roses or whatever the War of the Roses type bit is. And I listen and go, oh my God, how is that? So that's what I'm looking at with this. So I'm asking you, my followers, my fanaticos, do you think Michelle was the one that pulled the fire alarm or not? I don't know. I guess I'll have to see what your response is before I can determine whether or not I need to contact Michelle and tell her things are okay. Right? Okay. That's it for the fresh vacation material for today. Ooh, I went really long on this one. Ooh, you're getting a lot of vacation stuff today. Good for you. Good for you. Thank you for watching and listening and doing. Love you. Bye.
Serving the world. It's TJ's podcast.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community, where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culver's.